What?
You can hear it through the headphones.
Man, get out of here.
You also hear Penny fucking this doll.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that matters.
Man, sorry. I got caught up in the romance that's happening.
Yeah, you got caught up in the good conversation and some rosé wine.
Ain't no conversations going down over here.
This bitch is turning up in here. Should turn my bitch up. This is going on right behind this camera right now.
Scandalous stuff.
This is
Guys,
gross.
the real show is behind the curtain. You didn't know.
Big fact.
Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all of the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk.
Inebriated. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, I'm joined as always.
Oh, no.
No, sorry. We need to do a little bit of a pause, break, while Billiam goes and gets himself a drink. But what I was
this bottle because I don't want them. They're not paying for nothing.
Yeah, with no sponsors. Famously
Cheers.
not sponsored. If that's
The only thing that sponsors this show is comic books and liquor.
Yeah, that's what definitely keeps everything going.
Guys, tell you a little secret, guys. That's what inspired this show. That's what inspired the drunk reviews. That's what inspired the analysis videos. Sorry, brain fart. But cheers to y'all.
Cheers
I'm doing
to
great.
y'all.
Bing.
Of course, I'm joined as always by my co-host and brother Bill.
I'm here. I'm late, but I'm here.
I am Jedi Master Grayson. Today we're going to be talking about funerals. We're going to be talking about Andor season 1 as a whole.
Can you see me?
We're going to be talking about
Can you
some
see me?
scenes.
I don't want to do this shot without being seen.
But first, we're going to be doing some initial thoughts on Andor final episode. Bill, what did you think? What were your initial thoughts?
I feel like whiskey make you do that dance every time. My initial thoughts are this is probably the greatest television show on this year that no one saw.
Not a lot of people saw it, yeah. I would say.
Greatest show that no one saw. It's a sad story.
Yeah, it's definitely a really good one. It's definitely
Also,
not getting the numbers that.
This is also kind of a sad story. Like, the show is kind of sad.
Yeah, it's definitely more mature. It's more, and I like that about it. So it's not something I would definitely recommend to a kid who loves Star Wars.
Hey, Mikey.
But there's plenty of
stuff
for kids. There's plenty of Star Wars stuff for kids. So this feels good.
Not at any. Yeah, you're not at a loss for fucking content for kids on Star Wars.
My goodness.
Between Legos and goddamn
Tales of the Jedi
and fucking
I don't know
Clone Wars, Clone Wars episode. Like any kid who's never seen it before can go and watch Clone Wars for the next 4 years and be good.
Yeah. You can watch Bad Batch or whatever that show is called.
It's called Bad Batch. You knew what it was called. That's
I wasn't sure if it was that.
I don't even like it when nerds be trying to act like they don't know. Then, like, nigga, you read the articles. That's how you know you didn't want to watch it.
I didn't read any articles about Bad Batch. I knew I was going to. Oh, man. I have some. So we do need to do Tales of the Jedi eventually because I have bones to pick with that animation style in general. But today we're talking about some really good Star Wars.
Good stuff. Best show that nobody watched.
Yeah, it's a really, really good show. Even I think that like the fact that Tony Gilroy famously doesn't
great name.
Great name.
Friend of the show.
Fan of the show.
Friend of the show.
Oh, friend of the show. Of course. Yeah, he's been through. But yeah, he famously doesn't like Star Wars. Like he doesn't get it. So he just made a show about like English imperialism. And
I feel like that should never happen, though. I mean, it's one thing to have an actor. It's one thing that, the first 2 episodes are the reason that nobody's watching the show. So I guess you're a little bit half right on that. Because it only worked out in the sense that it's still a good show. But in the sense that people are watching it, no, didn't work out. And also, like I was saying, this should never happen. Somebody who does not care about Star Wars, like Star Wars, or get Star Wars should never get a job doing Star Wars. Imagine this. Imagine there's a guy who knows nothing about cars. He hates cars, doesn't get them. He's working on your car.
Right.
Do you want? That's what you want? That's who you want working on your car. Really good at working on cars for some reason. Hates them. That's the guy you want working on them? I don't know. Just something to think about.
Yeah, it's interesting because like he is like, well, you know, playing into that analogy, he's a guy who's really, really good at making like sports cars, and you know they're making SUVs over here. It's like you want to come over here and make this SUV? It's like I got this idea for a really cool sports car.
This nigga's
you guys can
boats.
take what you want. Like is he? Because he's coming up with his own. Like I like this is a rare moment where it actually works out. But yeah, it's like that. He takes the the craziness of just like a really good spy story and just pushes that into Star Wars. And yeah, I'm sure that like the rest of the people who wrote on the show contributed to all that too. But let's get into the nitty gritty of the finale.
The nitty gritty. Y'all know about me and that nitty gritty now. You know how I get when that gritty. You know, they'll never go nowhere without each other. You never hear somebody say, hey, man, you want to get to that gritty? You never hear somebody say, hey, what's up, boss? Let's go ahead and get to this nitty.
Let's get to the nitty, man.
No, you never hear that. It's nitty and gritty. Let's get to the nitty gritty. If they was a motherfucking tag team or whatever, they never go anywhere without each other.
Famously best friends.
They best friends, dog. Ace Boone Coon.
So Cassian returns to Ferrix for Marva's funeral and learns of Bix's imprisonment. Wow, I can't talk. And Deidre Miro and the local
say bitches imprisonment.
Bix's.
Oh,
very problematic name she has. It's like, well, no, I'm not gonna go that far. But yeah, like Deidre Miro and the local Imperial garrison prepare to use the funeral to take Andor alive for questioning regarding Axis, while Luthen plans with Vel and Cinta's assistance to kill Cassian using the Imperial ambush as cover. What did you think of all this like setup? Cassian coming back, just like the first half of this episode. And Luthen, showing up. Like, what was the most, well.
So I liked this episode. Last episode. Good last episode for a last episode, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a good finale.
Hated most of the episode, though. I don't know why. I don't know how. Maybe it's because this nigga don't like Star Wars. Maybe that's what that's why I hated most of it. I don't know, but, like, something about it. Well, it's just it's you know what? It's consistent. They just have scenes that last too long. I didn't like the scene, the episode where they had the first prison episode. They were showing everything about how they were building stuff, and it's like, nobody care about this shit. Let's talk. Like, somebody talk. Like, there's so many niggas in here. Like, let them talk. You gave all of them names. I looked on IMDb. You give all these workers names. Like, let them have a conversation with each other. Like, let me learn about these guys. Some of them are gonna die, as we then later find out. Let me get ingratiated with them. Let me have a reason to care that they did.
Right. Yeah, it's weird that they do that. One of my minor nitpicks of the show, I guess you would say, because I do still love this show, and with this episode, they don't give Andor a lot. Like, he doesn't say a lot.
No, he don't say shit.
He's I get the cold and quiet type, but like compared to like Luthen, where like I feel like we talked about that fucking monologue at the end of that. I think it was episode 8. Like, sometimes he says a little bit too much.
Scenes that last too long. I mean, this is a consistent thing in this show.
but I feel like
also a scene that lasted too long. What was her name? Andor's mom.
Oh yeah, Marva. Yeah.
Marva. Speech lasted way too long. This lady's dead. She's been dead for 2 episodes. Now we got to watch her talk for 2 episodes, essentially.
Yeah, the funeral part. Like, yeah, this episode was like, it was kind of predictable, like all the things I expected to happen. Cassie showing up.
This is me. Pigs. This is me, people. This is me watching this speech. Like, the third time that I had to watch it.
I even really liked the idea of like what she was doing and like inspired these people with the speech. But I just like it went on for way too long.
Way too long. Also, another thing that I didn't like about the episode. CGI head. Marva.
Mothra.
I'm messing this up for a lot of y'all. Right now. But if you go back and watch the last episode of Andor, the scene where she's giving her speech to inspire the city, they used like, clearly it's CGI, yes, but she's not wearing the outfit that they have her dressed in real life. Like, she's not wearing that outfit. They CGI'd her head on top of a CGI model to CGI her a projection.
When they do.
And I don't think they did it for the entire scene. It's just like at the beginning.
Right.
So why? Why?
That's the $1 million question.
And I'm going to have this face all day because the Patriots is losing right now. So I keep getting fucking notifications while I'm fucking recording this right now. And just keep seeing the bad shit keeps happening. I'm not happy. And you know what, Andor? You're getting all this work today. Getting all of this vitriol. I'm giving it to you, even though I like the show.
Yeah, it's
but we're critics, man. So we gotta critique, right? We gotta.
Yeah. I mean, like this episode was easy to nitpick because there were a lot of
another couple that don't go nowhere without each other. Nit and Pick.
They hang out quite often.
Not as often as Nitty and Gritty though.
But yeah, like because there are a lot of moments that like take way too long. Even just like with the Marva speech, it lasts too long. Just like not even just it being boring, but just pragmatically, it doesn't make sense. Because like, you know, if you're an empire like general or whatever worth your salt, once she's like the empire is a disease, he's walking over and he's shooting that jet, like he's shooting that droid because like, no, we don't take that shit.
Well, you're not. No, you're just. See, I know why you feel that way, but you got out of. You're forgetting one. I can't think straight, talking good, but you're forgetting one very important thing. I had a big word for that, but this happened. They were waiting for Andor to get there. Like they were sacrificing any and everything. Remember, they started the funeral procession earlier than the permit allowed. Why did they do that? Because they had plans to fucking rebel. Because this lady who died, she was leading a revolution already. That's why she told Andor he needed to leave. Nigga, I ain't going with you. I'm out here bucking. You know, so like. So you're forgetting that they were sacrificing everything just to get a peek at Andor, hoping that he would pop his head up, feeling comfortable. So I understand what you mean, but they had to let it keep going because otherwise they would scare Andor away or create a ruckus that ended up happening anyway. Right. That would allow him to be able to, you know, maneuver and get away. Which is another what happened anyways.
I do get all that. For reason, I mean, like he does eventually just go over and put his jacket over the thing or whatever. I just feel like that should have happened like 2 paragraphs earlier because she was already saying some wild shit.
You just say that because you feel like it should have been shorter.
I mean, like that's just a way to make it shorter and make it make sense.
No, you make that goddamn speech shorter. You don't have to make. You don't have to.
That's the way you make it.
No, you make no. The way you make it shorter is in the writing room. You fucking don't write that fucking much.
Right. I mean,
I mean, she didn't have to say all the shit that she had to say. She basically said the same thing 3 times.
Yeah, she
said that she was sad that she was dead. She said she was happy that she was dead, essentially, because she was like, you know, like,
I've always been inspired by dead people.
Right.
And now
I want to inspire y'all.
Inspire y'all.
Like, okay.
The speech wasn't, that's another thing.
So she basically said,
good.
Yeah, exactly. So they didn't have to have all that shit in it. Then it wasn't the Empire's fault or the strategy. Like, no, the story was told well. They just told that part too long.
Yeah.
Like that's all it really was.
They're doing a lot. It's very
because the speeches. This nigga thinks that he's a speech guy. I bet you go look at all of this dude. What's his name?
Tony Gilroy.
I ain't gonna lie. That's a good name.
That's a good name.
That's a good motherfucking name.
You see Michael Clayton?
Man, fuck Michael Clayton. Oh, you mean the movie?
Yeah, the movie.
No, but I'm looking for Michael Clayton. Man. Hey, if you out here watching, if you watching right now, Michael Clayton, you know you owe me some goddamn money. And I ain't motherfucking gonna stop. Matter of fact, every goddamn episode, I'm gonna have to remind you. I know you're watching, you motherfucker. If you see Michael Clayton, you tell him you owe me money. What are we talking about? Did he direct Michael Clayton?
Yeah, he wrote and directed Michael Clayton.
That's a clear sign. Look at that. Fucking nothing but monologues and speeches and goddamn shit lasts too goddamn long in that movie. Love that movie though.
It is a good movie, but
long-winded motherfuckers. I'll be like, don't nobody talk this much in real life.
And like also the last scene of that movie, with like just George Clooney just like in the taxi or the limo, just like looking out the window. It's like, scene lasts too long.
I think he just likes it. Uncomfortable.
But at least that goes into the credits.
He does that shit. Like the scene where this nigga died. Look, he just sitting there dying for fucking. There's a scene, y'all, where
I like that,
they start shooting and then they just looking. No, nigga, that was too long.
It was like.
I'm watching it without the sound. Exactly. He does it. I'm telling you, he does it on purpose. He does that shit on purpose. Tony Gilroy, friend of the show. Fuck you.
I did.
Tony Gilroy, because you know you be doing that shit on purpose. I see he be sitting in the editing room like this. Okay, wait. They be like, you want me to cut it here? You want me to cut it here? And then he's like, no. Wait longer.
One more second. I do really like that kind of stuff because it's kind of like that 70s like style of movies where just like they have the really long takes to like help you feel.
Yeah, but they never last that long. That's the thing. He's going past that. He's going past that.
Well, the thing is about like the 70s movies, they always or 60s movies too. Like they always last too long.
Yes, but he's going beyond that. So because it goes into the realm of uncomfortable. Like you're uncomfortable. Like he I'm telling you, if you go back and look at it, you're gonna you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. People put it in the comments.
Well, no, like there's definitely movies like Taxi Driver where it has like really really long takes like that. I'm saying like
but it's not.
But his reason is more jarring because it's like out of nowhere because it's the rest of the show like is more.
It's not even that it's out of nowhere. I'm trying to tell you what it is. You just keep refusing the information.
Okay.
He's going even longer than that. You act like I don't see any of these movies that you're trying to make reference to. You act like I'm not. I'm telling you, he's going beyond that even uncomfortable level that they used to do in the 60s and 70s. Right. He's going beyond that.
Right.
He's making it last entirely too long. Like, and you're just like, damn. But I think he does it on purpose because I think he wants you to feel uncomfortable. You know, like, ooh, move around in your seat type shit. Like, but there's a couple of times, and it's been the speeches mostly, where that's failed them because the speech itself weren't that good. Like, you basically, like the Skarsgård fucking speech, that one was him just basically saying the same things over and over and over as well. He just repeated himself. You can only be so profound. See, that's how you say something profound, people. You see that I just said? You can only be so profound. And then I just leave it alone. And then I'm fucking profound ass nigga. Like,
right. Yeah, the only time,
cheers.
He says, he definitely says a lot when there could, he says like sometimes, 6 words when he can only say 3 and get the same point across. And unfortunately, I feel like he doesn't. When it comes to Andor, he kind of underwrites him. Like I feel like he could get more dialogue. Not to jump ahead, but like the very end when Andor is like, well, actually, we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that when we get to that.
We'll get to that.
Let's talk about what we're talking about. Yeah.
What did you actually think about the riot when everything starts popping off and like that?
That's what I said. Let's talk about what we're talking about. See, we be on the same shit right here, baby. What I think about the riot.
Yeah.
I like how it played out really well because the kid at the beginning, he was building the little bomb and his dad was the one who got tortured and killed before Bix.
Right.
And I was like, that nigga building a bomb. All they was missing was the music playing.
Yeah, it did feel like an episode of.
I'm not being racist. I'm just trying. I'm just a terrible singer in Arabic. My Arabic is terrible. Is all.
It felt like a first episode, like the first 5 minutes of a Homeland episode.
Yeah, my Pashtun is terrible as well. My Pashtun is bad.
They do that a lot in movies, don't they?
Yeah, they do that all the time. Like, and they got a little nigga working on the bomb, and he looking at that picture like, yeah, y'all think it's over. Y'all thought it was over. It ain't over, nigga. I'm coming back with a vengeance, and I'm gonna die hard.
And then later, when they die in slow motion, they do the same thing, but like more like loud and emotional, like.
Yeah, exactly. And then they blow up. But this nigga didn't blow up.
Not doing that. Yeah, I'm glad that he didn't.
I think they did that on purpose. You know, like he ain't have a suicide bomber, but he was definitely in suicide bomb mode. And I knew that was a bomb. I just knew it was a bomb, and I was so happy when they paid it off and he pulled that bitch out. He yopped. He could have yopped a lot more people too. He should have just kind of rolled it.
Yeah. Shout out. He did make it sure it was a fair enough distance away where it wasn't like.
And it did blow up a truck that happened to have a bunch of grenades in it.
Yeah, it was a good throw. That was a
good toss. You know what? I take it back. Good toss, young man. That was like an
outfielder toss.
Good toss, young man. As a former outfielder, I'll tell you right now, that was a A1 toss. I'm giving you 2 thumbs up. One here and one over there. You got to throw him a thumbs up, Alex.
Oh, yeah. One over here.
This is how we black Siskel and Ebert now. See, we got to do the thumbs up. And you should do a thumbs up right now by liking this video. And give us a little subscribe. Hit the little bell down here in this corner. Well, maybe it's in this corner. I don't really know.
Who's to say? Depends on where you're watching, I guess.
I don't even know I don't even know if this is going to be inverted or not. I don't do editing. So just like, subscribe. And if you like us, leave a comment. Let us know. I like being told that I'm liked. You know, hadn't happened in a while. I like it.
And let us know in the comments, like what your favorite moment of the episode was, and what your favorite episode. Favorite moment of the episode, favorite episode of the season.
Oh, come on, Alex! Don't leave everybody out. How about tell us about the worst part of the season that you have, and the worst part of this episode? Because there's a lot.
Yeah, let us know. And I'm curious if we talked about a little bit about this off pod, but it's kind of weird how in the fight, none of the Firaxians or whoever those guys are, none of them picked up a gun. To start shooting back at the Empire.
I agreed with you at first, but again, they were trying to display the power of the Empire,
right?
And how vicious and savage they are,
pragmatic. Thematically,
the Colossus show of power,
right?
And how vicious they will be with women and children. They don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. We out here, die, motherfucker, kill, die, motherfucker, kill.
Thematically, that definitely makes sense, and I feel like they could have still gotten that across without making everybody seem.
Can you drop that in there right there?
Sure.
Because that was good. I'm not gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it one more time. Die, motherfucker, kill.
All right.
That was it. That was it.
But yeah, I feel like they could have got that point across without making everybody seem like silly for just there's a bunch of guns on the ground. Stop throwing rocks. Stop picking up guns.
But then they would have died. All of the stormtroopers would have died because everyone knows everyone not in a white uniform shoots better than the fucking stormtroopers. Right. So all the stormtroopers would have died. It only takes 6 to 7 people to take out a garrison of stormtroopers.
Well, yeah, we definitely seen that happen.
Man, we seen Han Solo, who is a okay shot. We ain't never seen him just be like
apparently
bang bang.
He's the best in space because
how?
I mean, he just be like doing this, and then
but he be in. I don't never really. I mean, look, somebody show me where he actually shot somebody in a actual shooting battle, because I just see him doing this a lot, but I don't know if I've ever actually seen him hit something.
Yeah, maybe he's just lucky not getting hit. That's
he's very lucky. He's been written in.
No, I feel like you like the same way the Rogue One showed these all these stormtroopers actually looking like an impending force against like actual other rebellious troops. It's like they could have started picking up weapons, but then you see that obviously they're not soldiers, so they're not going to be able to hold their own. But
they blasters, man. You blast them. It's not like they picking pots.
Up. This dude's got a drum.
Come on, man. They not cutting hair. They not fucking cutting hairstyles and shit. Like they not gonna pick it up and be like, I don't know what to do. Like no, you just shoot. You point and shoot, man. Maybe something that stormtroopers hadn't figured out.
Yeah, they definitely.
It's the helmet. It's got to be right. I mean,
it's apparently very hard to see in it.
That's what Luke said. I can't see a thing.
But like it's interesting fight scenes. Definitely very emotional. You see Luthen off in the distance, like looking on at the tragedy that's basically going down.
Wasn't emotional for me, but I guess it would be emotional for some people. Yeah, for sure. I can get that. I can get that. I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater.
I can get that for him because he was just there, and
I've only cried during 2 movies. And/or TV shows, which there's 0 TV shows.
If you don't mind me asking.
I can tell you right now. There's only 2. It's first one, Fox and the Hound. The Fox and the Hound.
Good movie.
Disney movie.
Interesting movie.
Since we're talking about Disney. Oh, yeah. Made in the 70s, actually. And totally about blacks and whites. Like, it's clearly a racial movie. Before the the Goofy movie. Also clearly a racial movie, right? We are, right. As we found out throughout history, an historical documentary called The Goof Who Sat by the Door.
Yeah.
So documentary. So Fox and the Hounds, first movie I cried during.
Right.
This is for the real listeners. This is at the end of the video. This is for the real ones. Yeah. Cried during Fox and the Hound. Don't make fun of me. If you make fun of me, put it in the comments. Don't tell it. Don't just be walking around talking about behind my back.
Fox and the Hound's a cry-worthy movie.
Sad story, man. They don't even get to be friends at the end. Man, this is so sad.
There were so many.
Don't try to make it up for it in the 90s by making a second one that's fucking terrible. Get out of here. The second one should just be they kill each other. Like that's the second one because it was fucking sad, man. And so and then the second movie, I still cry if I watch this movie till this day. And that's everything, everywhere. Oh. All at once.
It's funny. It's so funny. As soon as you said I only cried during 2 movies, I was like, well, I cried during every movie, but I definitely cried during Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like that was like the first sentence.
This nigga said he cried during every movie. This nigga cried through Monsters Inc. Nigga. This
I haven't seen Monsters Inc. in a long time.
But that's because you cried. It's like, I ain't watched this movie in a while because every time I put it on, I cry. This nigga cried during.
I don't think that I would cry during that movie anymore.
This motherfucker cried during everything.
I do cry during a lot of movies. I don't think I would cry during Monsters Inc.
He cried during The Incredibles, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, this nigga cried. I'm his brother. Listen to me.
Incredibles. I did not cry during The Incredibles.
He cried during. I
can't even think of a movie.
What's that motherfucking movie? Saw 3. He cried.
I have not seen Saw 3.
He cried during Saw 3. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you some facts though. We cried laughing through Saw 1 because the people who sat behind us, whoever y'all are, the Summit, Birmingham, Alabama. Goddamn.
This. Oh yeah,
you were there. Right? It was me, you, and
I was not there. I remember you telling me about it. I don't think I was even. Well,
you were definitely old enough, nigga. Come on, man.
But I know I remember you telling me this is what you and Chris Crawford.
It must have been me, Chris, and Jonathan Hicks.
Yeah.
Just 3 people.
I remember y'all telling me about it.
It was 2 browns and 1 white. So that's how I remembered it.
But yeah, like.
So what did you? Let me ask you this question, because you're beating around the bush. You're burying the lead. What did you think about the goddamn only ending credit that we had? I mean, what is it? What do they call it?
Oh,
post credit scene, ending credit scene. What did you think about the only one we got during this motherfucking scene? I mean, this show, the reveal of the motherfucking Death Star, the planet destroyer.
It was fine.
You motherfucker.
It was fine.
Why? Why was it just fine? Because we already knew.
I mean, kind of, yeah. I mean, like, I get what they're, these little things that these big things that they're making are actually like little things in this other huge thing, which is the Death Star, which is cool. But yeah, it was fine.
I mean, it is a precursor to season 2, which will, I think, be about finding out about the Death Star.
Right, fair enough. Yeah, I didn't think about it in like the aspect of like where the show is going. I just thought of it like the grand scope of things.
I think you better be careful, sir. The show was so good, they might actually do that 5 seasons.
Maybe. Who knows?
Because if what's his name, the main character, if he likes doing it enough.
But again, nobody's watching it, like you said.
Well, that's never stopped anyone from making terrible, terrible shows. We've seen shows that lasted a long time that we were like, how is this still on TV?
Some of those terrible shows, everybody watches, you know?
No. Nobody was watching. There's just certain shows. I can't name any of them right off the top of my head because I have been drinking Batman juice.
Batman juice.
I don't know how Batman gets around, man. He'd be drinking this shit. This nigga be fucked up.
I don't think that's what. I don't think that's.
That's
like
what they
official.
told me at Six Flags.
That's how they got me to get it.
They say Batman drinks this.
I think that is because like, you know, Death Star is so iconic, and you know it pops up everywhere. Like I go like, oh
pop
yeah,
up everywhere?
Well, not pop up. I mean, it pops up like it's very.
You don't
Star
feel
Wars-y.
the same way about Darth Vader. I mean, like, to me, it's the same. You can use it. You gotta use it sparingly, but when you use it, it makes a big impact, which is why you can't use it all the time.
No. I thought it was interesting in the aspect.
Now, let me ask you this. So I've been thinking about this for a while. And I don't want anybody to steal my idea. That's why I'm saying on the podcast.
Okay.
Because it's known that it was my idea.
Okay.
We need a reality TV show type TV show of the going-ons on the Death Star. Right? No? You no?
Like an office style show.
Yes,
on the Death Star,
about the Death Star.
That could
on
be
Disney Plus. So all Star Wars, like Star Wars.
That could be funny because they have already established in the Clone Wars shows that, like, I'm assuming that the way that they do those intros with a guy who's talking like this, that they have like actually like these those are newscasts going out to the rebellion or to the Republic.
You know what? I never really thought about it like that, but you know what? That is
kind of always thought like a Starship Troopers kind of way. You know,
you're a smart kid. I'm gonna drink this shot for you, man.
No, yeah.
No, don't tell me no.
Just a valid.
Don't tell me no. I'm gonna drink it.
Oh, cheers.
I'm gonna drink it. God damn it.
No,
is there vodka in that goddamn bottle that you're drinking out of?
Yes, there's so much.
I was like, he is getting drunk, but he is not drinking. How is that happening?
How does he do it?
How does he do it? Let me tell you. Last time in the Federation, Alex was drinking Gatorade Zero, but it had vodka in it. The big reveal.
I would love it if they do that, and I would only love it if it's like a completely different, like this was, and not just like made by.
No, it would have to be. We don't know anything about the goings-ons on the Death Star. Like,
well, they could give it to like the Clone Wars people, and that would suck.
No, it wouldn't be animated. It would be live action.
Yeah, okay.
And it would have to be a comedy.
Yeah, that would
like a dark
actually
comedy.
be great. That would actually be great.
You're welcome.
We might get like fucking Jedi babies before we get that.
No, man, we might have to write a treatment for that and not have it stolen from us like Atlanta treatments that somebody wrote that somebody stole. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's just collective consciousness.
I mean, it's motherfuckers be.
Yeah, just to talk about the actual ending for a little bit. So Andor ends up in Luthen's ship. I guess he's just that good. He knew where the fuck he was. After he saves Bix and gives her to Brasso, so they
once you save a Bix, you gotta get him up out of there.
Them and B2 and Black Lady we met during the funeral, they all go away.
Just go away.
Go away. See you next season. But then we see Andor on Luthen's ship, and he basically is like, kill me or take me in. And I thought that this could have been a good moment where he could have just been like, just say one more line, like, because otherwise I'd rather, fight for something than like, I'd rather die now than like not fight for anything or some shit like that.
No, he was dejected and in the worst place of his life. He wanted to die. His mom's dead. His dad's dead.
Yeah.
His friends are on the run and in fear of death because of him.
Right.
He's just like, fuck it, kill me. That way nobody got to be worried about nothing. But, or take me in. I don't know what that meant. Take me in. Like, turn me into the Empire. Take me in. Like, let me ride with you. I don't know what that meant. But you know what? I like the way they ended it. Because there's people out here who ain't never watched Rogue One. Watch this whole show. They're really weird people. But they did it. I know it happened. And they're never going to watch Rogue One. You know what I mean? Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I like the fact that they like, there's no reason to explain what he's going to do because we know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Those who know. And those who don't know, hey, leave it open for him. It's like next season, you'll be even more surprised. So I like how they did it. The ending was perfect. It was perfect. Because I hate all that fucking like happy ending bullshit. You know, like, oh, we made it out together. We're gonna be okay. Like, no, nigga, we're not gonna be okay. It's goddamn Emperor out there, man. That motherfucker allegedly is seeing all this shit happen anyway and just letting certain things happen.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
allegedly, according to him, he's obviously a liar. But
yeah, it's very easy. There's a really great video by Cosmonaut Variety Hour where he talks about like, it's like this nigga is clearly just making shit up as he goes, like in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, no, like
I knew that was gonna happen.
And then this nigga talk about he died and then came back. Like, no, nigga, I don't believe you, nigga. I don't believe you. I don't fucking believe you, dog.
God damn,
I don't believe you, man. I don't believe you.
But who is your MVP?
Sorry, that's an inside joke for people who know. People who don't know.
People who know. Who is your MVP of the whole season, though? Is it Andor? Is it Dedra? Is it Brasso? You remember Brasso? Did you like Brasso?
Who's Brasso? The white boy?
No, he's like the big dude. Who's like Andor's friend.
Oh, Brasso. He's just the big dude, the big guy.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
That's all. I mean, that's his name for me. I thought he was.
He looks like a Brasso. Brasso.
I'm going worst and best. Okay.
Worst and best. Ready yet?
Best. Skarsgård, man. He's got to get best.
Okay, give it to Skarsgård.
He's got to get best, right? He's playing two different niggas the whole time. Like, ain't nobody else in this whole fucking show got to play two different people.
Right.
So, like, people got to be different around certain people, but he's the only person playing two different characters in this show. So, giving the best to Skarsgård.
Yeah, Skarsgård's doing great. He's always great and everything.
Worst. We ain't out here sucking dick now. We ain't, he ain't getting the whole dick sucking marathon, nothing like that. Like, worst. The fucking white boy, that dude, worst. Worst. Writing for a character, worst. Character, worst. There was nothing to him. He did not do what I said he needed to do to make it all worth staying with this character as long as we did. He literally could have disappeared in episode 2, came back in that, episode 7 when he met old girl, or episode 6 when he met old girl. We could have literally had that happen, like see him in this office. We didn't need those scenes with his mom. We didn't need any of that. Right. We literally could have just did 3 episodes with him in this show, and it wouldn't have made a fucking ounce of a difference in his character's arc. So that was really fucking stupid and a big waste of time, and I cannot stress that enough. Kill this nigga in episode 1 of season 2. Season 2, episode 1, he got to die.
And
make the white lady kill him because she's got to kill him, but then like she's like sad about it, but she knows she got to kill him, and she kills him anyway because she's Empire. And bam, like make his death worth something.
Yeah, it's weird because like Dedra is such like a great character. It's like a good rise of a villain story that makes like the Cyril Figgis story like even less interesting, because like we started out with him with this rise to villain story, and then we just introduced a better one in episode 4.
Cyril
Figgis.
Cyril, hey Cyril, come over here and come over here. Touch my. Oh, sorry. I was about to say something crazy. Sorry, I was about to get into my Archer shit, y'all. Sorry.
One day we're going to be talking about that.
Yeah. We'll just probably do like all of Archer. Like we'll probably talk about the whole thing. We've waited so fucking long.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're going to be talking about it like when the next season comes out. Yeah, for me, my personal MVP is going to go to Mon Mothma, Genevieve O'Reilly. Just for a couple of different reasons. One,
we'll get to the other ones that have nothing to do with the fact that you just love the actress and the fact that you just love the actress.
Yeah,
so go to that.
Yeah, we all know that I love the actress and she's great. But one of the things that like I love about her scenes and the way she plays them and the way that the show is when her character's around is that like we've always like we used to joke about like how wouldn't it be cool if like they made a fucking House of Cards type show movie set in like around the Senate, like, but they would never really make that because that movie, like, no one would watch that movie. But for like when she's around, we actually get that movie.
Well, we said Star Wars fans wouldn't watch that,
right? And we also probably said like The West Wing at the time because it was a long time ago. It's before House of Cards came out. But
well, I mean, no, we had this conversation not too long ago, and yes, we talked about West Wing, but we also just talked about how, you know, there's plenty of political and heavy dialogue shows. People would watch it, but would Star Wars fans watch it?
Yeah,
that's
or
the issue.
Would Star Wars make it? With the
Star Wars, you said you want to see Star Wars naked.
So you want to see Star Wars make it? But yeah, like it is. I think that she does a really great job. Like with those scenes. Man, we didn't even talk about that great scene.
Who's your worst?
My worst. Probably
quit playing around, nigga. Get to the worst. That's the funny part.
I mean, same with Cyril. Like for all the reasons I said. Like, yeah,
is his name Cyril on this show?
No, yeah, his name is Cyril. That's why I keep calling him Cyril.
Oh my god, he's so fucking figures. Fuck! I hate this. I hate y'all. Fuck that. You know what? I take it back. I hate this show. I hate this whole goddamn show. I hate this motherfucking show.
Because his name's Cyril?
I know. It's because he's pathetic. And his name is Cyril. And he's pathetic. So now I'm mad.
Well, I thought that was going to be an interesting... I thought it was going to start out him being like this pathetic guy who rose to power, but did they just introduce a better...
He's just a pathetic guy, Alex. I told you that from the beginning. Go back, y'all. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I told him. Go back and look at the episodes. I told him. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, it was...
I'm sad. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm dejected. I'm sad. You see, I've been going 2 episodes without even talking about this dude, and now I have to talk about him. It made me sad. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm hurt. Feelings hurt.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, Cyril's the worst, unfortunately. Good actor, not a great character. But guys, we try to do this every once in a while. So go ahead and leave a like, subscribe so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the internet things at the Drunk Banthas. Until next time, stay safe, my little Cyrils, and may the force be with you. That's mean. You're not a Cyril. I mean,
we do this every...
You're a Dedra.
Yeah, come on.
You're a Dedra.
You're a Dedra. You're a Mothma. You're a Mothma.
My Mothma is one in a million. Well, let's not get
Oh my God. 1 in a million. Sorry. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.